Chasing shadows on the screen, stars were about to align. Moonshot calling my name, felt like it was time. Woke to the charts popping, heart on overdrive. Promise fan the bag, said we level up live. Nights in the DM, squad yelling diamond hands. Bought a hype on leverage, moon under command. Coffee hot, white vibe, strong kids dreaming big screens. Hype train full speed, chasing those crypto dreams. FOMO in the air, dips looking like buys. Red candles flashing, but we see the prize. We waited for the moon, yeah dip, but we rise. Chasing echoes, now we flip the script tonight. FOMO to the wind, turn the dust to gold dust. Silence at the crash, we crank the volume up. Moonshot energy, slip and grab it tight. What sank in the sand, we launch into the light. Yeah. Rocket blast, launch at the light. Squad text, by the dip, now it's fire in the chat. Rain on the roof, nah, that's gains coming back. Mom calls with the love, you got this, my star. Brothers laugh, turns high, told you you go far. Screen glows with the green, every candle's a flex. Futures in our hands, next plays the apex. Built a castle from cold walls, shook but we stand. Silent screams, turn them to anthems across the land. Eyes in the mirror spark, kids laughter the fuel. Fire never stalls, we break every rule. Not the bag that's gone, it's the grind in our chest. What if it turns to watch this, we ace in the test. Victor, we waited for the moon, now we on the sky. On it, on it, on it. Watch us multiply. Turn the dust to gold, volume crank to the max. Silence at the crash, we the comeback track. Launch at the light. Launch at the light.
It's a shadow dragging me down. Bitcoin's light phase, lost in this town. I'm yelling out rough, voice cracking with need. Left this heart high, plan a higher sea. Fares away, pulling at my cheeks, but hope's a spark. Fighting 2 fees. Oh, I'm begging for the risk. Let it soar. Crypto's call, giving me more. Lift the peak, let the fire breathe. Fry my soul from this heavy take. Push the heights, shatter the doom. Feel the rush, lead me home. Rise up, harmonic way, like the open sky. Lift the peak, hear my victory cry. Yeah, soar. The deep's a scar, cutting every line. My voice breaks wide, searching for a sign. I'm howling for the higher, desperate call. Hail this heart, let the market stop. Down's the chain, crushing my will, but faith's a flame, climbing up the hill. Oh, I'm yearning for the risk. Take me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the cowbell.
Clock those beats, fill my
The ringing of the cowbell ceremony is now completed. You may continue with your regular scheduled programming.
from this heavy day.
Prepare yourself for the turkey. They're not real. They've got some jiggle factor to them. I'm telling you, boobs are algorithmically programmed. They are programmed to hypnotize the male mind. Interesting thought there, village idiots. Please hit the button.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Morning's gray, the clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow.
Good ass coffee.
As coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up.
Good
is
ass
coffee in your cup. Sip it smooth, feel the rush. Oh, darling, nothing else can hush the blues that brew till the sun pops up.
Good ass coffee! It's the boldest, best coffee you'll ever have. Get your good ass coffee today!
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
For
boys
those
and
of you
girls,
out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg, the funnest, most action. I don't know. We're the craziest show on crypto YouTube. I'm a turkey. How many other turkeys do you see out there nailing price action? This is where we were last night during the boring rounding kind of possible bottom area. This was the zone of regret and missed opportunities if you weren't accumulating down here according to the Fibonacci. And these were the targets that we put up over here, and it seemed like, oh man, is that ever going to happen? Get up to 71.5. And we put another target, and I said this one over here, she gets anxious, but man, I'm having a hard time seeing it hit that one from what we were doing over here last night, right? But we did. And then we got the big pullback. And this was the trend line that we were following. I started noticing the angles lining up through here, so I went ahead and adjusted my trend line to take this into account. And then it got respected over here. We got a little bear trap idea. After that, what happened? After we come out of... What happens with the bear trap ideas? If you're careful with your trend lines and can identify bear traps, after you can identify one, usually what happens is you get a nice move. And that's what happened. And here we are, man. We came up to the 786 Fibonacci. Right now, we're hanging under the 615. Let's clear all this out so we can make some sense of it. This is the 6-minute time frame. Let's zoom the hell out because we've been marking up this chart like crazy trying to figure this crap out, right? All right, so now we can start fresh and anew on this particular chart here. So, bringing out our Fibonacci's over here. Making sure our microphone is on and everything. All right. Bringing out our Fibonacci's over here. We start from the high to the low. And what is this red line? Well, this red line, the 236 Fibonacci, becomes the zone of regret and missed opportunities and whatever. If I can never find a cooler name for it. This was the best place to accumulate down through here. If this be the bottom, which nice little spiky bottom, it's got a good chance to maybe be one, especially if it hit a fib area, which I believe we did. And so it was the 382 Fibonacci area through here from the bigger pull. This is where we want to be for a big move to the upside. But right now we're just looking at it from the bottom, right? This was our first target area, which we had double topped up against recently. Look at that. Just haven't quite touched you yet, haven't? Let me tie you in here a little bit right there. If I got you moved in over here, yeah, you're good over there. Somebody out there saying, use the magnet tool. All right, so 74,427 is where we're having a hard time getting up to. That's where a 360 moving average is coming down to here on the 4-hour time frame, and I like it. However, do we want to stop there? I say hell no. This is just starting to get juicy. Can we make it up here? Can we get to the 618? That's the real question. Or can we even get back up to the 786? Can we get these areas over here? 600 moving average on the 4-hour is coming in. Right over here where our 618 Fibonacci is. I like that. We're going to throw this 0.5 in there for good reason, just because we had this big old drop down, and if we get going, we could recover this area quite quickly. So, I mean, I know it sounds crazy to look at $89,000 right now as a possible target in the bear market and whatnot, but that is the area that we lost over there, and that is the area we have a chance to go up and talk to, maybe even higher, not 93. I know it sounds crazy. Your resistance up ahead is basically this guy. I mean, we maybe come back up and talk to 97. I don't know what we're going to do, but we got a chance to be making up some of this ground through here where we lost it in that big ass nasty drop. Considering that, let's zoom out a little bit and look at the bigger picture of things and not just look at this as being a bottom. But if we pull our Fibonacci's from the very lows of the last bear market lows there, we still got a bigger 618 Fibonacci area below us that has not been hit, about 58,000. Don't want to forget about that because, gosh darn it, that could happen. So the question is, I guess, could we go up a certain way or a certain amount? Do we roll over at some place and come down and get this guy? Possibly. I mean, this is a bear market, and you know, we are even if you go by the 4-year cycle, I mean, we're not looking for the bear market to be over until at least October of this year, right? We got a good 8 months to go, possibly, before we see what we're really looking for out of Bitcoin. If we're looking at the time factor. Now, some of you can argue, well, that's kind of shifted the cycle, and I think it has. Here on the daily, notice we got the 300 moving average above the 600, above the 800. That's good for momentum that is still going up. It's losing the momentum, but if we can get back up here, we can at least get back into this range somewhere under 126 if we can get up that high. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a moon boy. I did say we are in a bear market. This is what we just call, you know, a little bearish correction here, or I guess it's a bullish correction in a bearish market. We have not yet come back up to retest the bottom of this trend line. We might be doing it shortly here. That's what we're getting out of all of this, and this is a better line of the resistance up ahead. You can see our 200 daily moving averages is up here at 93,000. We're so far away from that 200, and you know how we like to touch it. We always touch base with it at some point. Even in your bear markets, we touch base with that 200 at some point, right? Or try to. We're always trying to get back to the 200 and then mount it and get above it. So she's up there for us to chase up to. Even your 800 moving average coming up and testing that guy's up there 82.9. So there's some hopeful situations. Or you've also got that situation where I'm sure a lot of people are still looking at it. Probably not much today or tomorrow because we got green candles, so everybody's kind of bullish, like to the moon. But there still is that idea that maybe we are making another roll down. And look where that conveniently takes us down here. If we were to take that measure move down here, 786, 39,000. That would be scary. We still got support over here at 58. Don't forget that. So I wouldn't think it would just come straight down there. I think we would be seeing some other stuff, and then maybe eventually, I don't know, even if we do. But 786 is a good target area for a possible bottom on the bigger scope of things right there. Just one idea to look at. Personally, if I'm looking at it that way, would I be looking at the 786? It has been historically, but let's see, we got a 382 pulled back and then a right around a 113. There could be an argument for the 886. But, you know, until we get to those situations, let's just take what we got right now as trying to make a little bit more of a comeback. So I don't think that we're heading back to 100,000. I'm not on that camp or anything like that, but I do think that we can come up a little bit before we come back to where we are or even go lower. And right here is a big old thick green or red cloud just welcoming us into it. And we are above the 50 daily moving average. These are some positive signs here. Reclaiming that 50 is a big thing. Now what we need to see happen is for the 9 moving average to cross bullishly over it, give us another little pump up to the upside, and then eventually the red 21 moving average cross over that 50 to give us another little pump to the upside. That gets us a little bit over here to these areas of our 100 moving average around 80,000. So I'm seeing some signs of around 80,000 get a little bit more stronger and stronger. Let me color code this line so it's not as confusing. This is our 0.5 Fibonacci. Very important area to watch is at 0.5. If we can't make it up past there, you got a couple scenarios. You make a higher low or you make a lower low. Your lower low would most likely be down near about 55,000, and that would be a little bit below our 618. To look at this from a harmonic perspective, what we're, why are you thinking all that, Road Dog? That sounds crazy. You could be doing one of these guys right here, which is kind of bullish. But that's what it looks like when we bounce off the 0.5. So we got some ideas on the 382. It pulls back there, pulls out the 0.5. Even at the 618, of course, we wouldn't expect this. We would expect something higher at the 618 pullback. If we were to get something, well, it's some things that kind of help us figure out what's going on. Harmonics, it may sound confusing, but it really, once you dive into it, it really opens up the possibilities for your Fibonacci, in my personal opinion. A little bit in a predictive aspect and definitely in a confirmation aspect. So 74.4 area that we're struggling with right now, 382 Fibonacci. Hopefully we will get above that and not get rejected and have to look for a higher low and come back down to this area. If we do come back down, we would hope that this area about 68,900 that we just left, that 382 area, that this area would hold, and that's where our 21 daily moving average is. So looks promising. Of course, the best thing to do, in my personal opinion, is to get a gosh darn trend line right here. This goes from wicks to candle bodies on the daily. That's what we're trying to do. And if it be true, I mean, we might actually, do we got a channel idea? I wouldn't think that it might be all the way up here. We just don't see it yet. So monitor this idea as we go, but right now things are looking kind of juicy. Let's check out our daily indicators to make sure we're not getting slim flam. It is a Sunday pump after a Friday dump. Wasn't it a Friday dump? Friday dump, Sunday pumps kind of go together a little bit. Now we got to watch for Monday and Tuesday because that's where the shakeouts are going to come from, right? And looking at how high our stochastics are up, I just got to wonder what that would look like. Stochastics are buried at the top on the daily. Wouldn't take much for a red dot over here for them to slam down and drive us down lower. So we want to be cautious about those ideas. But right now it looks like we still got a little bit more room to the upside. Look over here on the wave table. 78% is about where we got up to last time and double topped. We're only at 55% now, meaning we got to get a little bit more of a push up. Maybe. Not a Bitcoin here. Take a look at our MACD and see how drunk she is today. And well, she's feeling pretty good. Trying to move up. Got a few little signal lines here going above the zero line here, and that's bullish. So now we're starting to get back into bullish territory on the MACD. Awesome. Can't bitch about that. And this is our RSI, the Relative Strength Index. It's good for finding divergences, finding when we're oversold. And this right over here, we talked about this. One of the lowest periods right here should have been a really good buy signal. Right there, when we spike down right here. Oh crap, that just means something. So yeah, buying the scary spike turned out to be very productive for a lot of people. If you had the forthwith to do that, if you had the funds to do it and weren't trying to oh my god, the sky's falling and freaking out about everything dying. That's usually what happens. Everybody's freaking out and dying. Few people are over here with cash ready to take advantage of it, and those are the real winners. And that's where we're trying to get ourselves to be, so that we're sitting there pretty and all that cash ready for it, and not trying to go, oh my, do damage control when things are falling down. And that comes from risk management and profit taking, which apparently seems to be the hardest part of trading. Right? The TA seems to be one of the easiest parts. The hardest part is the execution right there. And I think that's why you got so much diversity among our traders. TA is only part of the step. All the real magic happens on the execution and risk management. Controlling that psychology, and gosh darn it, I'm telling you, they're good at getting you in there, especially on the small time frames, right? With all that noise. Yeah. Yeah, that's the devil out there telling you, lying to you through all that noise out there to get you to do the wrong thing. Or market maker, devil, Satan, they're the same thing, right? The $79,000 area look really juicy to me. I like that. Ichimoku Cloud also agrees with that area right there. What if we jump up above it? We come up to 83,000. That was gorgeous. I'm keeping that one on there too. That's where our 200 moving average is. That should be where we're trying to go to. So this is what the daily looks like, and I kind of like it. Now, normally I go top down, but let's take a look at the weekly real quick just to see what we're looking like over here momentum-wise. Looks pretty good. You got snake eyes over here. Look at that. Bullish Divergence, snake eyes. And then you got stochastics headed up at 63, nowhere near 100 on the weekly, looking good. Money flow starting to turn up. Everything's looking good. Just got to get money flow in the green, which hasn't happened, and that would be the nice little pump up we need. Here is our RSI on the weekly, again, at the very lows here, 21. Crazy. Has she ever, when's the last time it's never been 21 on this particular chart? Never, never, never. You can't tell me that wasn't a good bottom buy. That was a good bottom buy. It may not be the bottom, but it was one of the best bottom buys you could go with. We could get, again, there's a situation called Divergence that I want to talk about right now. You see how this is coming down and the price is coming down? That's no divergence. All right. But let me paint out a picture for you where there could be divergence. You see how this goes up and then maybe we come back down, we get a lower high? Yeah. But at this higher high here, if we're going to make this play out, we got to have a lower Bitcoin price. That we're talking 57, 58, 50 something when we do this. There's your bullish divergence on your weekly for, there we go. We're not there yet. So again, I am looking for another leg lower at some point. Not today. Hopefully not this week. Hopefully it's a month away from now. And we get a little upside and a little, so we can get some of that dry powder so that we can buy it when it comes down again. Right? Or take advantage of a short all the way down to those areas right there. That's what we're looking for to be happening. That's the setup that I am anticipating to happen. And again, what that looks like on price actions, we go up, we come down, we go lower, we make our divergence, and then we're off to the races. Could be just a pipe dream, but that's the most realistic thing that I can see playing out here on the weekly. Hopefully that's a little insightful. Hope you don't think there's a bunch of stuff pulled out of my ass. I hope I made a good argument for that. So give you something to anticipate, something a little bit better than let's just play a flag to the upside every day and hope that it works out. And over here on the 4 hour, let's get back into our Bitcoin and see just how juicy we are. Are we going to make it up here to 74? Are we going to finally do it? Are we going to break through it? This looks very reminiscent of the crap that we were doing over here with that 618 area. We just couldn't get past it until that one day we finally pulled back, and then we did. Don't know. 200 moving average is coming down here at the bottom of the trend line. Nice formation here. 200, 150, 21, 9 moving average. They're lined up beautiful. We got the strength that we need. You do have this internal trend line, so this might be a lower high here unless we get funky chicken. Either this trend line is maturing and we're just trying to get our 45 degree kind of angle solidified, or we're going to have a bearish retest there, but then again it's got to come back and touch the bottom of this one before we break. So I'm going to take well, we got 3 points on this trend line. That makes it valid. We'll see what we can do here. And if this is happening, what is our altcoins looking like? Yeah, baby. Them altcoins, this is total 3. Let me get some of these lines off of here. This is the big O sideways box that we've been in right here. And we're still in it. Don't get me wrong. We're still in it, but we're higher up in it than we have been before. And we are deviating with this, which is a nice little way to say we're rounding. picking up momentum, and it could get a little bit of parabolic activity to take us back up to retest this area about 786. Hopefully up here is what we're looking for, and have been looking for this for a while, weeks and weeks for this to happen. We've just been sideways, but we're looking hopefully for, you know, if that scenario of Bitcoin where we go up and then we come back down. Well, same things with altcoins over here in my personal opinion, ladies and gentlemen. If I can get the little paintbrush tool where we go up, I don't know how high. This would be awesome if we could do that. Bearish retest. This is where Bitcoin starts coming down to go, I don't know, 57, 58. Hopefully that will hold. And then we come at our happy asses back down. And hopefully they won't go lower. But you know, if Bitcoin goes down lower, it might, right? It might, right? So it makes you want to be taking profits on the altcoins over these next, I don't know, let's say 2 weeks if we have it. If that much. So there's definitely some plays over there, but we don't want to say this is it, I'm holding on forever. Now, some of them you might do it. We've seen some charts where we're making rounded bottoms, you know, deep accumulation. I'm not talking about those. Those should be fine. Those will stay and accumulate and just barely move and everything. Those are the ones you want to work on. But the ones that are kind of out of their little bottom range, they're already doing something, those are the ones that are going to be affected and the ones that are going to drop like a rock, in my personal opinion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's my spiel on all this. Other than this, we got to look at Bitcoin dominance, which is still not coming down the way we want it to. It's trying, but if we can get a quick drop over here, that would be good for altcoins. Maybe that'll happen. Looks like we got the little crown prince little thing going on over here. It's more like an ascending triangle kind of thingy. It's not a flag to the upside, my personal opinion. But yeah. I don't like doing all this. That sucks. I hate this. Trend lines are all I care about. And they make patterns. Rather than forcing patterns, use let your trend lines reveal to you the patterns that we might be in. That's what I found. It works best for me, but we could be coming back down here for a little bit of support, and that would be good. Not as much as we want to see. Bitcoin, our altcoin, or stable coins rather, still dropping here. That's good. So some more of that money also coming into altcoins. Looking for a trend line support for it. Looks like we can drop a little bit more, not very much more, unless it breaks that trend line. And then looking at our legacy market, which is not trading yet, but they're slow dropping, man. I'm looking at this over here, and I don't know how that's going to affect crypto, but she's at a top. She's really, really at a top and needs to come down. So I don't know what that's going to look like. That might have something to play with us taking another lower leg down on Bitcoin. If we do, it makes sense. It usually does happen that way. But tech stocks are kind of they're kind of pooped out. They went as far as they could. Now we're looking at something else, looking at other stuff, right? It's probably a good thing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me come over to the chat finally and see you guys. 9 people hanging out with me. Thank you for being here.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Milpo sounds delicious. Milpy cereal and pizza rolla. And super moist pound cake. Super moist pound cake for dessert. She my side dessert. See if I can get the cake video up here. I meant to do that today and I didn't get around. I get a chance to do it. Abe does some really, really awesome commercials over there. We looked at him on the end screen before and he does a really good job. He's the one that's behind our good ass coffee commercial. And speaking of good ass coffee, I think I could use some right now.
The morning's gray, the clock's a foe. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
Good ass coffee in your cup. Everybody needs a little bit. Stoic Bishop was trippy. Riding the yellow submarine is the same as a normal submarine. The yellow submarine is used to go by our house every day. Take a ride in my yellow submarine. Nightbot says, smash that like. We got David Gelf in the house. Shout out to you, David. How you doing tonight? Trade Intuition is in the house. How you doing, Joe? And those of you who don't know, Joe streams nightly at 9 p.m. over here on his platform over here on YouTube, his channel. Go check him out. He gave a market update tonight. You're not hanging out over there. You're not hanging out with all the cool kids. I'm just saying. All right, back to the chat over here. I didn't have any good-ass coffee today. Well, that's why you've had a sluggish day. Gosh, my day has just been, man. I just sit here and bitch about my sleep schedule. Y'all want to know this? After church and everything, I was out of it. You know what time I woke? I fell asleep down here in the studio. And you know what time I woke up? Yeah, 10 o'clock. Right before the show. I'm like, or 9:30ish. I'm like, wow, that wasn't supposed to happen. So am I going to be able to sleep tonight, or am I going to be up all damn night again tonight? One thing that I will say about crypto is that, and not having a 9 to 5 to go to or anything like that. Gosh, man, time management becomes a little bit harder. It becomes a lot harder, especially someone with ADD. But I ain't bitching about it. I'm just trying to harness it. This is what's nice about something like trading crypto. And I mean, think about it. I want you to, you think, wow, man, to make it in this world, maybe I need to start a business and everything. And I think this is one of the best business opportunities you have out there is trading. And I don't mean day trading. They're trying to make day trading look so special and everything. Most day traders do not succeed. That's where most people lose their money, is trying to day trade. And there's a lot of variables to go into it, including your fees, your leverage, and the leverage you have to use to make those moves count. It's not the best strategy. Your bigger winners are your investors, your position, and your swing traders. Those are the ones that make the bigger moves and the bigger gains, not the scalping. Although in this industry, I don't know if you guys know this industry little secret, but the exchanges love day traders because that's how they make their money on all that. The exchanges are always getting paid. Whether you win or lose, they're winning every trade. All right. And if they can get you to trade more and more often and overtrade and everything else, well, that's how they make their money. Of course they want you to be a trade trader and come in and make 50 trades a day. Of course they do. Because that's how they can get paid. You just notice that your account doesn't grow much. But they notice that their balance sheet goes up, and it's just part of the game, everybody. But can you think of anything else? When you want to make a lot of money, you want to become wealthy, as in a business sense, what can you do? Well, you either have, cheap products that you can sell to the masses. Yeah. Crypto does that. Look at the meme coins. You got a bunch of cheap ass coins to sell to everybody. Or you can go luxury. You can sell high price ticket items to the very few. Crypto offers that too. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of these other coins that we got out here. Yeah. And all we got to do is collect some inventory, hold on to it. The only thing we can't control is the price of it, right? Just like if you could control the price, you could control the customer rate, right? Well, unless it was like dirt ass cheap, right? And then you might. But you couldn't control how often it would be purchased. But we can control how many units that we have in our inventory and at what price that we want to let them go. And if we're smart business people, we will sell them at higher and get a profit rather than selling them cheaper at a discount just because we gotten caught up in the jam and need the cash to bail ourselves out. So it's one of the greatest business models out there. I think are opportunities out there. You don't have to go with all license fees or anything like that. And with crypto, you don't have to have this big 100,000 or prove you're a millionaire, accredited investor or anything. The opportunities here, it's just learning how the business operates profitably. And that all comes with risk management. Mostly risk management. And getting into the nitty-gritty number side of it, apparently. All right, so great opportunity, though. Is this a flag to the upside? It could be a flag to the upside, Helen. I'm hoping we come and knock out this 382 or we break a trend line. We don't want to break this trend line. This trend line, no bueno to break this trend line. And would bring us all the way back down to this trend line. We're talking about 69, 68,000 again from 72. And that would not be a fun long, but it could be a fun short if you're looking for it. I'm not seeing danger of that just yet. Elliot, let's see what you got on your wave count. Oh, snap! Elliot says that's happening, baby. We're doing our AB. How did you count that? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Well, Elliot is not convinced that we're going to make a higher high here. Elliot thinks we're getting ready to dump on our happy little asses and come back down. Now, Elliot, if you do that, I'm going to slap you up across the face with a fish. For real this time. All right. Let's take our trend line and let's give it a little bit more wiggle room over here on the 2 hour. I didn't really like that idea that Elliot was talking there. I thought he was just talking some trash. What do you say about this, Elliot? Oh, you ain't got nothing to say about this, do you? Oh, you're still tripping on that. What about all this other stuff? Aren't you in some kind of XY, Z flat, WXY flat or something crazy? Elliot, here we are on the 4 hour, and this is where I think it's important, the ribbon crossing. That's what we like. We went over this earlier. 200, 150, 21. 9 moving average. 9 is above the 21. I don't quite see the ABC correction happening just yet. This is the 4 hour. Stuff can still happen. I think we got to push more up, but that's where me and Elliot disagree, and sometimes he's right and I'm wrong. And then a lot of times he's wrong. Anyway. How we doing, everybody? I can't even pronounce that. Sell the shovels to the people. Trying to find gold. So that's how I docked today on a trader selling his course for $4,000 a pop. He doesn't know anything about trading, just a grifter. Oh, so, yeah. Well, I got to say, 2 cycles ago, yeah, 2019, 2020, you'd see a lot of that. And I mean, they were all $5,000, $10,000 courses to teach you how to trade the market and learn. But it's just your basic stuff, which you guys probably already know. I would say most of you already know everything that those courses would have taught. But that's what they were doing cycles and cycles ago. And I thought I was going to have to spend $4,000 or $5,000 to learn how to do this because I couldn't find any good information out here. But now, thankfully, now we got a lot more people sharing their techniques and information, like me and Joe and meet Damien and a bunch of other people out here, smaller YouTubers out here. There's still the grifters out here. So most of them have made a lot of wealth grifting those trading channels. If you want to become a millionaire in crypto, you run a trading group or sell a course, and just keep hyping it, and eventually, you get there. And then it kind of self-perpetuates because you can tell everybody, I traded my way to $1 million with courses. You can too. You need it. And it just, it's a genius idea. I don't think it's all that on the up and up. I don't think it's all that honest. And that's what I see. They can't show where, if they've been leverage trading for 4 years, but they can't double account other than when they put money in it. Like you see an account go from 20,000 all the way down to 3,000. All of a sudden, a few weeks, within a week or something, it's back up to 20. But there's no, look at this trade, man! I made $18,000 and bumped this account up. Yeah, and it's none of that. It's just suddenly up there, and they just keep telling you that they're making money all the time, and we believe them. All right, not trying to get in on all this. Well, let's take a look at some trades over on Blowfin because I didn't take some profit when I was wanting to because I was asleep. But I got some trades in over here. What do we got? There's some small ones. And the only trade that I entered in outside of this show was the Bitcoin over here on the stable coin. So I got a high leverage long over here that happens to be up pretty nice on that. And let's see, this one, the coin M pair, the inverse pair, the one that I'm trading Bitcoin to grow Bitcoin, I'm doing that on my own because I'm playing around with this and I'm learning the ins and outs of exchanges and trying some different strategies and things like that over here with this one. been playing around with that. So sometimes when I do that, you know, I can lose some money. So I've decided I'm just going to do that with this, and then keep for the show just the dollar amounts, and that way we can kind of, that way I can focus on growing my account, but yet still playing around with it at the same time, if that made any sense. Solana trade is up 46%. We took that last night. Solana's at $92 right now. I got this little SEI trade that's up 12%. She's a little bit boring, but it looked interesting. And then our near trade is up 23% right there. And those are all ones that we opened here on the stream. I might take a look at some of those and everything. Zcash, it looks like I got out of my Zcash, and that's sad because we were looking at it 205 around that area. Now it's just up at 231. Are you breaking out, Zcash? Here's a breakout on the 1 hour. There might be a play here for Zcash, which may have to come down a little bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you got any coin requests that you'd like me to take a look at the charts or anything. Oh, look, we're clearing this area over here. That's pretty sexy. It makes me want to try a little scalperini over here. If you can clear that area right there, and you might. I don't know if you will or not. I don't have any indicators over here. This is buying the tops, local tops. But if we're clearing this area, if we can pull that off, and if it doesn't, I will know soon. Because I can get me a tight little stop loss under here on this trade. Because the idea I'm looking for is this trend line is going to hold and we're going to go up. Could happen. I can get a really tight risk reward ratio over here. I might do something a little ballsy over here with that. Because my stop loss can go, I'm going to put it right under over here. Well, I'm going to put it right over here under the 100. Because I got to keep my risk to reward ratio correct over here. See if we can get up, retest this guy over here at, is that your, oh, nice one. Okay, yeah, that'll work. For me, just eyeballing levels and things like that, trading without breaking out all the tools and everything. I think I got a pretty good setup here. It may not work, it may not, but it might. If it does, it keeps going up. I'm awesome. But if it doesn't, I'm just risking a very small amount to take the shot to make much more than that. So that's the way I'm looking at it. That was a little of a degen trade. It wasn't really professionally planned out or anything. So, and that's the way trading goes sometimes. Are we getting a breakout here on Bitcoin on the 6-minute time frame? Is that what's happening? Looks like it might be. Or a fake out. Breakout or a fake out. Let me come over to the chat and see what we're talking about over here. Alvey Dominion says, subscribe to Meet Damon for expert trading insights and sharp market analysis. And for Joe's channel right there, thank you, Alvey, for doing that. 350. Reggaeton Road Dog. Well, I haven't done any of that in a while. I do have some reggae songs. I got kind of burned out with some of the lyrics. I was having to fight with some of the lyrics and things back then. Well, I think things are better now. Things are sorted out better now. I might try to do some more reggae. Rep over $1, is it? You know, I still have not got into this. It's at $1.10. This is a dark horse that I'm just wondering about right here. Is Augur REP is one of the original prediction markets that came out way back in the day, and then they got slammed by, I think, SEC and all the other stuff. It's been up to 261 recently. Still within its accumulation zone, so I'm still early to get something around $1 if it goes up to $2 or $3, right? 146. It's like a nice little target to try to shoot for. 222 looks awesome too. Well, all right. Rep Augur REP. I would really like to see something come out of this one, though, because it really did look like it had so much potential about 4 years ago when I first found out about it. And I first found out about it through Token Metrics and one of their gem picks. And that was one of their 100Xers, which it obviously wasn't. But I don't know what happened there. But we found out that it was just a vacant mall, man. There wasn't anything there. But now, recently, the developers have come back and they're starting to do it because the prediction markets are okay now. So they're in their wheelhouse. And I'm curious to see how it plays out. And I just have not got back into it. Figure might be the one that hits the real dark horse of the market. This thing might go to $50. And I told you it was auger this whole time. PMO says TRX for Tron. You know, that used to be a cheap chain to transfer your dollars, and that was one of the things. That thing's expensive now. It costs like $3 to send money over there. Binance Smart Chain is probably one of the cheapest. Solana's cheap, or they're all cheap, but Tron now is not. Scar says FET and IMX. You guys got some things for me to look at. I like that. The crypto bottom is a stone's throw away. Oh, he says, yes, I would like to see a further dip in May and June so I can get greedy. That sounds like some good timing. Sell in May, walk away. I'm just saying, I can't tell you how many years I've looked back and said, you know, they were onto something. It seems to have worked out. There was one year that it didn't quite. It was like if you'd held on, maybe in the summer, you could have still made a little, but overall, you can't. It still did pretty good. So the sell in May, walk away, come back in October during the Halloween effect is kind of how that works out. You take the summer off and just come back in October when things start pumping back up again. And for crypto, that could be coming back at the bottom of the bear market. I'm saying Haven Pack, you see him in here. He did it a couple, he did it last time. He walked away in May and then came back at the bottom. Sure did. I think he avoided all the FTX crap and all that stuff. And I was like, hey, man, I think you did it right, buddy. I think you did it right. All right, well, let's start looking at some of these coins. Let's take a look at Zcash because that one looked kind of interesting. And this is my setup for Zcash, and why I'm bullish on it is because it's got a very bullish setup over here. It's got a top 2 return. That's common for it to happen with these harmonic patterns here. It's a bullish pattern, and we should be reversing. It's a reversal pattern here for Zcash. That's what I'm playing. But they have a high effective rate, so I'm going with it. Type 2 return, that's your confirmation of it. 786 retracement area out here. This is a Gartley pattern right here, a Gartley, and they're nice reversals. So next target is 325. What I'm looking for out of Zcash. The ribbons have flipped negatively, and we're trying to climb back up through them as much as we can. So it'll take it some time. I'm not saying she's getting ready to just blast up. I mean, it's going to take a while. It will take a while for this to play out, but it should be to the upside. And we already got our breakout from this trend line, so we got that. I see a little volume over here, but I'd like to see some more. On the 4 hour, you're testing your 200 moving average and getting rejected from that, probably, and coming back a little bit. I'll be looking at that 20. Oh man, I just went long, and I'm saying we're coming back to 22. We might push up to 239 there before we do. I think my target was over here, wasn't it? I like the way it's looking on the 4 hour, the Ichimoku cloud with that little sliver of green out there. If it went through a big thick cloud, that's usually a good sign. New trend line, just to give us a line in the sand so we know to put our stops below here. If you're doing what I did recently, you put your stops below that, right? Taking a chance on it. All right, let's take a look at TRX. This is Tron. One of the most expensive ways to move your tether, and it's at 29 cents. Look at you go. I bought some of this one as 12 cents just so because I've got some with the Tangent wallet. It gets paid in on the Tron network, so I have to have some Tron over there in case I want to move the money from Tangent wallet. Speaking of Tangent wallets, if you need a good wallet, well, you need a Tangent over here. Get 10% off with the code Dawg. Little airplane flies around with my code on it. They are awesome. All the cool kids have one. Very safe and very secure. One of the greatest wallets I think I've ever had. Easy to use. Very convenient. TRX, we're looking at, what is this? 30 cents. Trying to get up to the 30 cents. Nice ribbon flipped and happened. Oh, they're getting really consolidated over here. You might get an explosive move up to, well, almost 31. Wow, that's almost a penny. Well, that's not much of a bigger move, is it? I mean, we get all the way up to 31. So 30 cents, 31 cents. Kind of what we're hoping to look for here. If we're looking at this idea down here, you could try that. That kind of takes us up there. Personally, I'm still looking at this guy right here. AB equals CD, 1-1 move coming in at 30, just a little over 30 cents right there, and then probably get a little bit more of a pullback. Come back down to this trend line right over here. And hopefully that will hold, and we'll just keep going up in some kind of little makeshift channel, but you should be at resistance right there at 30 cents there. See how that works? And the pullback should bring us back to retest this white line area about 29 cents. So, wow, that doesn't sound like very much, but what is that percentage-wise? Well, it's not, is it? So she's going kind of slow. The most notable thing I've got over here is the ribbon flip that's happening, and then I guess if we zoom out and then draw our bigger-ass trend line, which we always need. Well, this is some old stuff, isn't it? They still kind of line up though. Oh, did we hit that target? We did hit that 36 cent target that we had from way over here. Well, good. It hit the 618. Oh my goodness, this thing's got such a long price history. Where can we start? Right here? Okay. All right. Yeah, I hope that holds. What we got going this way? We got anything going this way? Oh, yeah. Nice breakout retest. I like that. I like that. All right, so we broke out of this, came back for a deep retest there. And, yeah. So I don't think we're going to make it over 30 cents just yet. I think we'll pull back to 29 and then try to stair step our way back up to 31. It's kind of what I'm seeing. Just kind of see what happens here. Or maybe it all goes to hell in a handbasket, but possible support here. At this nice little support resistance flip, this little orange line there at 27. Let's take a look at FET. FetchAI. She's been a hutting forever. You got any bearish? You got any bullish divergence over here? We got lowering price. If we see some rising RSI, we might have a little something over here. Oh my gosh, you do on the daily. Look, you got rising RSI. That's some bullish divergence. And here on the daily, it was down in the red. What was that? October? Oh yeah, dump day, tariff dump day. This was February when it was at a low. Wick down to the lowest it's had. So getting it somewhere around 13, 14, 15 cents is pretty good. Bullish divergence. It says it should be coming up. We got a trend line over here that's going to be resistance. So I'm not seeing it get too much past 46 cents if it wants to. Let's pull our local fibs over here. This is on the daily chart though. Swing high to swing low. So 32 cents and then 40, yeah, about 44. So short term, I'm looking to come in 200 moving averages right there at 31 cents. So yeah, I can see 19 to 31 cents, and that's a pretty good come up. Might even be able to get it in cheaper, a few cents if it does a little pullback. This is on the daily, so It's at a point of rejection. I can see us coming back maybe 17, 18 cents. But man, that would be just to come back up to the top that we had in early January at 30, 31 cents. That'd be 80% gains on this little guy. That's kind of looking impressive. Let's go to the 4 hour, see what that looks like. Trying to start flipping the ribbon. Look at this action going on over here. You got the golden cross. Haven't had that in a minute since over here when we were taking our last trip up to 31 cents. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3. Could be working on his third wave here. Might be getting a little. It can't touch this if it's going to do that though. She's looking like she want to come down just a wee little bit here on the 4 hour, but the ribbon flipping and I liking it. So accumulating through here and building a bag to sell at 31 cents. Not the worst idea. Take a look at IMX. IMX accumulation right here. Nice. This one. Wow. So I think this is a gaming coin if I'm not mistaken. Here on the 4 hour, let's take a look at what it's doing before we zoom out and see everything else. If I can get my screen to stop acting so crazy. So trying to flip the ribbon, right, above the 200 on the 4 hour. That's always good. You see the curve that's coming around? Yeah, now we're in the part of the accumulation then where it starts getting fun. So this is probably toward the end of the accumulation before we start working on our breakout and get out of this accumulation zone over here. So position traders, if that's what you are, you're like, oh, I love this part. This is my favorite part of the market right here. If you're a position trader and you've been in on this one, you had a little range to kind of finagle through here, right? 18%, not that great of a range to work with unless you're using some leverage. I don't know if I would do that too much. All right, let's take our Fibonacci swing high to swing low. Yeah, she is right on the verge of leaving our zone of missed opportunities to head up to 19.79. The more interesting one that I've got on this one really would be 21.9, almost 22 cents. Normally, I'm always looking at the 382, and that probably still would be a great target to take. We'll probably get rejected and still work our way up there. But I think the ones to get paid a little bit better on would be these two targets. And looking over to the left, we see that was a support resistance area on that 0.5, and that's one of the main reasons that I'm targeting it right now. And so that's an important thing with your fibs, is always looking to the left to see where the consolidation was, and that could be the fib for you, baby. 21 cents, what would that look like in our little world? That's 30% gains on spot. Okay, we like this. Zoom out and see where this one's been and where it might be able to go. I don't know. I believe it's gaming. Gaming hasn't gotten a whole lot of love the last cycle or two out of crypto, so take that for what it is. It's the lowest point that's ever been. But what if, what is it, 377 a long time ago. Even in 2024, it didn't get past $2, so diminishing returns on this one. How about 97 cents? That sounds doable. Maybe $1.50, maybe 236, maybe. If we got a law of diminishing returns over the past cycles, well, from what I've seen, it usually continues. So if you are going to play it for this next cycle, I don't know if it's going to get over $2. But from 17 cents to $2, that's a hellacious ride. Hell, even from 17 cents to 97 cents over here. That's 450% gains if you can pull that move off. And, it was there in September of last year, so not impossible. So that's how I'd kind of look at it. I wouldn't be targeting that so much. You don't ever know, but whatever we can do in the bigger accumulation zone, right? Maybe. Here on the, this is the weekly for IMX. Look at this. Bullish Divergence down here. Stochastics coming up. Double bottom Stochastic still got room to ride. looking kind of interesting on this. This is a good one. I mean, I like it. You got to be patient. It's not like it's just going to start jumping up to, 50 cents tomorrow or anything. It might take it 3 weeks before it even gets up to 40, to 20 cents. Who knows? But nice one. What are you doing over here on the 50 moving average, right? So I haven't got the 9 to cost of 21 yet. When we get that, I think that can be our little bump up to try to get us a little closer to getting out of here. She should be ready to come out of here somewhere soon, in my personal opinion. David Gaff says, "Law, back down we go." Are we moving back down on Bitcoin? Man, I didn't get to take any profits over there. I feel like I got... What's this? Oh, here's that idea. I went and looked at this one in a minute. This was me ideas. I haven't looked at this in a minute, but here we are. I know it sounds crazy until that one day. Where is that tar? Oh, it's here. Yeah, 74.7. We're almost there. Almost there. We didn't quite get it the other time. I wondered about it, and then we fell down. I was like, and I haven't really looked back at this pattern since. And now we're back up here. I'm trying to go touch that little guy. So what this pattern is saying, 74.5. If we confirm up there, that's where this thing gets bearish and starts rolling over again, if this pattern is true. This was, here was another harmonic pattern that we played earlier. It's green because it's bullish, meaning that when we get down to the D point, we should start bouncing and reversing. And then I did an overlap of one, and I was just kind of curious, but it looks like it's got some grounds to it. And so I'm playing the red one here, but if it should reverse it back down, if it be true, confirm up there at 74.7-ish area. What do you look like on the 4 hour over here? And 360 moving average is coming up right in there too. So what's that, about 74.7? Is that the 127? Yeah. Right. So this is a butterfly pattern. Bearish butterfly pattern that will confirm when we're about 74.7, and then if that be a true, oh well, might be looking for some shorts over there for that pattern. Just saying. So good to, I guess, to get a little soberness here instead of we're calling for 80,000, 89,000. Well, it might be, it's a little bit more, go up a little bit and then down a little bit and keep doing our sideways chop. That's kind of what this idea is telling me. Here was an idea that did not confirm. We were set up to do it, but we decided, nah, I'm just going to keep on going. So, they have to wait for confirmations before they kick in to do their little trend magic. But, interesting. Bitcoin, yeah. So, are we getting back up now? Looks like we might be heading back up on the 15. We're still right around the other peak that we had here. We did make a higher high on it. Ichimoku cloud looks like it still wants to take us up here a little bit. There's still some rounding going on. I think we can still get up to that 75, was it 75.7 area that we're just looking at with the harmonic pattern. But I would take note just to watch and see what happens over there and start seeing if we slow down and start trying to, reverse a little bit or correct. So it's telling me that we're still not out of our range just quite yet. That's what I'm getting from that harmonic pattern, if it confirms there. Just some information that might be helpful. Otherwise, all you can be told to do your TA if you're not looking at some other ideas. I guess you can. Is this thing not working? I guess you can do what some other people are telling you, and this is to draw things that aren't there and try to wait till they do something. And this is not my style. I don't like how that comes across. I don't really think it's explained well. I don't know. I don't go for that. But that's a big thing over here. Just put it in a triangle and just assume that's what it's going to do, and then put a measure move on it and call it 78,000. And move on to the next super chat, I guess. I can't do that. All right, so Bitcoin, you're trying. Let's take a look at our altcoins over here on the crypto bubbles and see what's popping off and see how they're doing today. On the daily, are we getting some love? Not bad. 1 to 2% could be better. Zcash at 229, River's at 22. Oh man, did I get stopped out of my River trade? I think I took one over here, didn't I? See, that's it. I get into River and then all of a sudden it's not there anymore. Yeah, am I not in the River trade? River's a tough one. One thing that did open up back today is oil. I would like to take a look at that. I play it over on Knowles over on Coinbase, and where are we at right now? $98. You came in. Stopped me out. Okay. So oil was tricky over the weekend. So they closed it on Friday, right? And I was so tempted. There was part of me that was tempted to get in, but the common sense came in. You know what's going to happen? Everybody's going to pile in. They're going to open the market. It's going to pump up, and then it's going to drop. And that's exactly what it did. It went up to 104, and then it come down. I saw it do it last weekend too. And I'm like, well, that's kind of a dumb move. You're just buying blind if you're trying to go in like that. Oil, I guess we need to clear you up. So is oil, will it go back up to $100? What gets wick gets candlestick. It looks like it's trying. But then, one day you're going to wake up and we've solved the problem and we've come to an agreement. So that spike's a little, a warning. A lot of sell pressure right there. We're on a good trend for oil. Oh, there we go. 618. All right. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. I can see a 110 possibility, but it looks like it's going to have to come down before. I think it's going to probably have to come down before we get there. Maybe it doesn't, but that little spike there at the 618, I would think that you would pull back. I would hope that you pull back to the 382, which would be right here, 93.76. If I were going to put an order in just to let it wait and hit, I think that's where I would put it, 93.76, 93.80-ish. And maybe she just keeps on jumping up and ignore that spike. But actually, I think I'm going to put that order in right now if I've still got you over. I'm not still in you, am I? Am I still in? Wait a minute. I don't think I am. I think this thing's janky. It's got this stupid app. It tells me that I'm in and everything, right? But I don't think I am. My stop loss was 97.70. It went down to, well, when is this? 2 hours? Maybe you didn't. Introducing what? 24/7 futures trade? Okay, I guess I'm still in. Well, cool. I'm up a whopping $8 on my old trade. And if that is our target at the 618, 103, I might want to redo my target and stop losses here. I'll probably wait till after the stream to do it. I don't want to bore you guys with it. This is on the 2 hour. I watch oil on the small ass time frames. Honestly, when I'm actually in here trading it and stuff, I'm looking at the 1 minute and the 10 second. And my entry is below here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't want to get caught up and draw down on this bull crap. So I'm going to put my stop loss about 98.50. That way I'm not losing anything. 98.50, because you got it goes against you. You're like, oh crap, I just screwed that up. I go 98.49 just to not have an even number. And for my target. Yeah, 103.14. Or I just go 103. And oh, that'd be $46. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out at $1.30 profit. Hopefully it comes out that way and not to the negative. All right, so my position is covered now, so that hopefully if there's any loss, it's a very tiny loss. And if there's a win, yay, we make this account grow. And oil has been kind of fun. If you get on the right side of it and can, you know, don't get stupid with it, just like anything else, it's had some nice moments over there too. So has Bitcoin and some other things too, right? So that is NOL, nano crude oil futures, or same as WTI, sweet crude oil. This is it over on Coinbase. 2 hours saying you want to come down, baby. What's up with that? Please don't do it. Don't do it. Don't stop me out. All right. Let's take a look at I want to look at XAUT, the same as Pax Gold and Gold. And gold has been coming down lately, right? 49.83 right now, testing, what is the 2 hour time frame, testing the 800 moving average. Looks like she might have a chance to go back up. Let's look at the 4 hour. That don't look as impossible over here. This is, ooh, you starting to look shaky, gold. Is gold about to go on discount again? What is this, about 48?
Picture me alone, staring at a screen that's turned to stone.
Starting to look like, now if we take this to the wick, I could see an argument for it, but that's only 2 touch points from the very bottom to that very wick. But I could see an argument for that 382 being hit down here. At the Miss Lucy line on the 4 hour, the 666 moving average about 47.43. I think we're getting a little bit of a rollover. We got a higher low over there. From that low there up to there, that gives us a let's get these fibs off of here again. Do a local fib pull on this one. From that low to that high, 786 area is coming over here. It's not really giving me confidence on that 382. It's giving me some confidence on the 0.5 there. I said 48.32 would be the 618. Maybe it comes back and double bottoms there and we can go up. That could be an idea. That could happen. Or maybe 47.43. Getting our much bigger move back to that's really what I would like to see. And then that could give us a nice move to the upside. A little tricky on Go, but it looks like she's trying to slow burn down for a minute here. I would take it that silver is probably doing something similar. Probably platinum too. Let's see. Oh, here's XAG. This is silver. $80 silver. Is the move over? Wondering how far we'll come now. I can see 75, maybe 64. But it does look like here on the 4 hour, the moving averages are, what are they doing? It like they're trying to roll over, but what happened here? 100 crossed over the 200 there. I've not got a good answer here for silver just yet. I don't have a good answer for silver, what it's trying to do just yet. Definitely got resistance, and you definitely got other trend lines going on here, and you're squeezing to a point, and I hate drawing these. I hate it. I hate it when people draw freaking triangles like this, and well, this is where we are. But it's true. If you're looking at the trend lines, I mean, you're going to break one of them's got to give, and one of them's got to hold, and it's just depending on which one it is. It would look to me like that 200 could drop down over that 360. Are you trying to? 50. The other ones have already dropped down. I could say that I keep coming up with somewhere around 67 on that one. 67, 71 maybe. Silver coming down a little bit. Looks like. Do you get Bloomberg on your TV? I don't. Sometimes I see it on YouTube. Billy Ray Valentine trades pork bellies. Look at wheat and corn and soybean. If I could trade them, I don't have a place to trade them. Always says assumptions. Just be caution of the new moon, girls. On the 18th. Oh, that's 2 days away. What timing for the FOMC? Oh man. Yeah, that's true. Oh, good call. Good workout. Yeah. PPI comes on the 18th. What else is happening? PPI month over month. Something else. And the FOMC comes in. Oh wow. New moon and 18. Does that correspond with the kind of setup that we were talking about earlier on Bitcoin? With the, where was that pattern? This guy? That kind of lines up with this idea, where we can come up through here over the next 2 days, reach up here, hang around somewhere around 74, 75,000, and then roll over for the new moon, whatever, drop and all that stuff. Maybe. I mean, you know, right now I'm still looking at, you know, these moving averages and flipping and how bullish it is and everything overall. But it doesn't mean that we can't get a pullback at that time. That's an idea to look for. See what we can do on that, because that's what this harmonic pattern suggests. If it's, you know, if it's valid. Normally, I don't think I look at them overlapping like this, so I've got that to consider too, but... So we got that idea. Then we got this idea. I haven't looked at this one in a minute. This is getting kind of old. Let's get this stuff off of here. Get some of these old labels off. They just make things look weird. So I'm daring it to get over here at 75.1. And this is 886 or 786 and 886 retracements, I believe. I got marked out right there. From some local leg. Probably this one. So, interesting Bitcoin. Our trend lines here, but as long as she wants to keep going up, right now the moving averages look like they still want to try to push up, so I'm all for it. But yeah, a couple of days. Hey, what would that be? Tuesday? Is that Tuesday? Sounds about right. Sounds about right. So Sunday pump might continue for most of tomorrow into Tuesday, maybe a little bit. May slow down a little bit. Interesting. I'm gonna have to find some places to take some profits. Oh look, oil trades up. Yay, go oil. Let me come over to the chat over here. So we went over Zcash, Tron, FET, IMX. That was something that you guys requested. I don't think I missed any over here, but if I did, my bad. But Maddie Ghost, I don't know if you're in the chat, but I owe you some tickers there when you come back, if you see this. You can trade soybean futures on Kraken. You know, I probably need to set up a Kraken account at some point. I would like to get into some of the futures trading with some of the commodities. I really would. It's just not We should start seeing more and more of it, though. 2 days from now will be Wednesday. That is so close to Thursday that it's scary. Thanks again, Road Dawg. Oh, is it time for me to go? All right. Well, Matty Ghost asked for Nomad last night, and I think he left the stream before I could remember to go to the super chat. He gave me a $5 super chat. So, Matty Ghost, I don't know if you're watching this or seeing this in the later date or something, but I got you, baby. I'm just waiting on you to come back, and we'll check out some tickers for you. Your choices, baby. Give me about 2 or 3 of them. All right, I'm going to come over to our top crypto gainers and losers. We haven't done that tonight. Nor have we done any news. I'm not sure that we got any news to go over, but I will check. But for the top 300, these are the ones that are popping. Conflux, are you still in the game? 6 cents. Layer 0 at 219. Monad. Keep forgetting about that one. And, of course, River, are you going back up? I swear to God, River. The ones that have been hit, I mean, they haven't been hit too bad or anything. Business token BVV is at 628. I want to check that one out. That one makes some damage, man. That one just slowly keeps gaining. I'm not even sure what the hell it is, but that one overall has just been, it's been doing pretty good. And it was at $1. $1.60, $3, $4, and now it went all the way up to 8. You should get your pullback. Is it a 382 that we're looking for? I mean, I don't trust it to keep going up as much. Come over here on the daily and see what's going on. Or the 4 hour. Lower high there. Elliot thinks it's got a chance to go back up for another wave up. A little too risky for me to play on this one. $3.50, $5. Those are some good prices to take a look at it. What I see a possibility. Have we got anything here? 0.5. I mean, it could be setting up for a bat pattern, and that takes us back down to an 886 area, which would be back at the bottom of the trend line. That's a possibility, and then that could be bullish and get us up. That's what I see. Elliot sees something different. Elliot sees us going back up here. I know when I pull my fibs, I see us that we hit the 1618 over here, and that's about as high as you see if you're lucky to get up there before you get a pullback. And after we get that, I'll be looking for a 382 or a 0.5 pullback. And we've already come back to the 0.5 on it at 490. And if this is a lower high, that's setting up for a bearish bat pattern. If it respects the trend line and doesn't break the trend line and we bounce up, then Elliot gets his way. But I would be looking at a possibility coming over here. And that's where me and Elliot get a little different. I'm not an Elliot trader, but I'll look at his ideas. They do have some overlap with the harmonics because we use fibs and things like that. But I'd be looking at $11 if we can. That would be an A equals C D idea. And that's well, let me put the higher target. It's a 414. So those are the two situations I'd be looking for out of VVV. I just don't know which one it's going to do. Either a higher high or a lower, or a higher low. That's what we're looking for overall. keep our eyes on that. Guys, thanks for hanging out. 14 people. If you haven't already, hit that like
For
button.
those of you out there who've been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
We're going to take a final look at Bitcoin over here before we go to the end screen and say goodnight tonight. Elliot, thanks on the 6 minute. We did our 5th wave and you're coming down. I'm still hoping we can get up a little bit. Elliot, I want to put you to bed, baby. You made a higher high. I like that. In the last few minutes from down here, we keep going up. So that's my target, 74.4. On this one, possibility on another idea, if I can find it. A little bit more bearish idea. I can't even find it. This one could get us up a little bit, just a little smidgen higher. 74.6, 74.7, 74.8, right in here. Let's see if I can dial it in a little bit better here. Well, I guess it's a 786 area right there, 786. Yeah, so right up here in this area, we could just go up a little bit and then suddenly we find ourselves trying to come back down. That's an idea that I'm watching with the harmonic pattern. Just see. I'm not totally sold on this one, but it's there. It's there. It's worth looking at. So be careful, everybody. It's going to be shaky. Then we got, of course, the news coming out, the new moon coming out. What is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, that area, when they'll start setting the market going a different way. Right now, I see the moving averages on the higher, midterm time frames, 4 hours and all that, trying to do something good. Let's hope we have a good day tomorrow and the next day, but be cautious at those areas. There might be something sneaky happening here at the 382. So if we see a blast go through it, then hell yeah, let's roll with it and see if we can get to 79 and take what we can get out of this market. But we're still not out of the zone just yet. We're still in a big ass possible accumulation zone. And again, the idea that I was looking at when we come in to the stream tonight was coming up a little bit before we drop down. And I just don't know how far I can go before we do that. But I do see an idea that we could be coming down here lower, and then that will give us the bullish divergence on the RSI to get a bump up out. That was the first idea that I went over tonight. So a couple of things to be looking for. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. See you on the next one. Happy trading. Let's get out of here and let's learn how to make these portfolios grow. You're in a great part of the market to start working on this. Thank you guys for being here. God bless you. Jesus loves you. See you on the next one. I need some new music.
I see you watching from the shadows, eyes on the fire. You want this turtle, baby, but you're playing with desire. I move so slow like a rhythm in the night. Shiny green logo, promises so tight. One little touch and the rhythm starts to flow. Cooter, darling, let the good.
What's your reasoning?
Cooter, pet me slow.
Oh, to 150. Oh, that might do it.
Keep on scrolling, chasing every pump, but when the dip comes calling, you're feeling kinda drunk. I'm the one that stays, the one that never runs. Pet the shell, baby, under midnight suns. One stroke, one side, the vibe is getting deep. Cooter, darling, secrets we keep. Cooter, pet me slow, pet me slow.
How many Jennies do we have over here?
Long, let the rhythm take you where you belong. No rush, no hurry, just the vibe and the tease. Cooter, baby, bring me to my knees. Cooter, pet me slow, pet me slow. Oh, Cooter, let it show, let it show. Lick
in the deep, dumping at the peak. By the rumor, sell the news, make the noobs freak. Spoofing orders, walls on the screen. Pump the alt, then rug the dream. FOMO's the bait, panic's the hook. They're playing chess, we're reading the book. They flash the cash, we chase the spark. But in the end, they own the dark. Well games, dumping in the dark. Riding the wave, leaving their mark. Well games, laugh at the drop. Noobs get raped, whales never stop. Watch trader volume, fake the green, spoofing the biz, clean to me.
Thank you all for hanging out. Good night, John Boy. I will see you on the next one.